Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of The Bad Batch. This is season 2, episode 14. It is called Tipping Point. What happened with The Bad Batch last time? Last time was called Pabu, and the Batch found this nice island courtesy of Fee, and then there's like this natural disaster, but we decided we're gonna set up shop here for a while and kind of make this our home, so to speak. The thumbnail of this episode has Crosshair in it, so I think we're going to pick up on the storyline of him being, taken in by the doctors and stuff, and they're going to be probing him or interrogating him or something to get info on the Bad Batch, and hopefully doesn't lead to the destruction of Pabu, but I'm very interested to find out. Crosshair episodes are always excellent, so I'm very pumped. Before we jump into it, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me and helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the absolute world. Sometimes I post these reactions a little bit early on Patreon as well, so if you're interested in that, consider checking it out. But otherwise, let's jump into Season 2, Episode 14 of The Bad Batch. Ooh, this is black and white? What is going on here? It looked black and white.
Eyes down, inmate.
Why are they in prison?
Secure the prisoners for transport. We have a schedule to keep.
A schedule? Such an interesting looking ship. It kind of resembles the Commandos' helmets, mixed with like the triangular pizza shape of a Star Destroyer. Oh, hello.
What is going on?
It's a prison break, baby.
Well, that definitely got their attention.
Hey!
Let's make this quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Why have you stopped firing? Shoot that ship down!
Our weapon systems are offline.
Haha, stupid. This is a prison break, baby.
Leech vessels ready. Launch.
Man, I love the look of that guy. His armor is just so dirty and worn.
I'm docked. Don't take long.
Don't take long.
The ship's attached to the forward dock.
What does the leech vessel do? Does it like siphon air and life support systems maybe? Get clapped. Howdy ho, neighbor. Oh. Good thing that didn't fall back down the hole. Was the leech vessel them jumping in secretly?
Greyhauser and the others. Nemec and I will take the bridge.
Nemec? Like Nemec from Andor? I mean, obviously not, but that would be crazy if it was.
Fireball. Good to see you, Captain.
Howdy, boys.
Let's get out of here. Where was this ship headed? Where were you taking those clones?
Alaska.
Not sure how much I can recover. Well, I guess we'll have to get that intel out of you.
Oh no, yeah, he's got the chip. Or the electro tooth. Essentially the cyanide pill.
Fall back. Not yet. Still pulling what's left of their files.
Well, make it fast. The reinforcements are here.
Dum, ba-dum.
I need more time.
Brother, you ain't got more time. Go, boys.
Make the jump.
See ya, losers. Wonder if they'll try and free him. Is this where those clones were going? Maybe they could surmise the location of this little prison. And come get Crosshair.
Why am I here?
If you think this is punishment for shooting your commanding officer,
No.
you're incorrect. I actually think that shows quite a bit of initiative.
Fair enough.
And all you have to do in exchange is tell me how to find Clone Force 99.
They are in possession of something.
He's already
I
turned
need.
against the Empire at this point, so
The kid.
yeah, he's not gonna tell him anymore. He might have told him before.
They'll never turn her over. They don't have a choice. She is a clone.
And therefore Imperial property. Help me locate your former squad.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll just agree with that technical reasoning you have.
You know how they think, how they operate.
I mean, that's true.
Contacts they
I was gonna
reach out
say,
to.
I feel like if he
Surely
would have known,
you have something
he would have
useful to
just
share.
told them by now. The Mind Flayer. Friggin' torture droids.
Doctor, one of our transport ships was attacked departing Balmorra.
Yes.
For what crime were you all being detained?
Just clones.
Dissidents. Questioning and disobeying Imperial orders. I recovered a portion of the data logs. It's heavily encrypted, but I know someone who can crack it.
Go. I'll take care of things here and see what else I can find out.
Thank you, Senator.
Nice. She's become like a key part of this, which is pretty dope.
Our orders were to not stop
Frickin'
until he
weirdo.
talks.
He can't talk if he's dead.
Yeah, stupid.
You may secure his restraints.
Oh, that was not smart, putting that gun even remotely close to his hand.
Take a breath.
Shoot her.
Give me your access card.
I wonder what wrist thing she did. Did she just put a tracker in him?
Don't make this worse, Crosshair. There is no escape. Lower the blaster.
I wonder if this was, if she intentionally let him out. Because she put something on his wrist. Ooh, he's a little drowsy. Oh, that's a little too many for once. His first shot keeps missing. Put on the armor. Do a little pretending. I'm suspicious. I'm still suspicious of what she did to his wrist.
Plan 88.
Long distance, baby.
You have to hide.
They're after Hope.
He's like, what the heck? Shoot. Stinking doctor with his green smoke that makes you fall asleep.
Having trouble processing the toxin. It's
No.
my own special formula. One I've built an immunity to.
That's so weird. You're like Scarecrow from the Batman. Aboo! Dang, looks like they're already well on their way to a rebuild.
The new fishing dock's rebuilt and moored. And I caught some dinner.
That's a giant ass fish.
More flying lessons.
Oh, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's our ship. Omega's learning to drive.
Up, Omega, hold up!
Copy that.
She is a reckless driver.
I'm getting better, right? The collision alarms haven't gone off once.
Because it shorted out during your last lesson.
Okay. Was far too active. Drift. Nice. She's incredibly capable.
Race you to the landing zone.
I do not think that is a sound idea.
You're on. Okay. Omega, you lost that race pretty handily.
Echo!
Big brava!
We've missed you.
It hasn't been that long.
It's been too long for her.
You mentioned needing some assistance with data decryption?
This is what's left of the files I recovered from an Imperial shuttle. It was transporting cloned prisoners.
Looks like a mini lightsaber.
I suspect the leak came from a rogue element of clones still within our ranks. A growing number have been questioning their orders.
Yeah, because the orders suck.
Simply decommissioning problematic clones
Maybe
will not eliminate the threat.
Since isn't the chip like organic? Would the chip degrade the same
I
way
will
like
expect a
normal
full
cells would
briefing
over
on the
time?
plan at the summit.
So like naturally the efficacy of the order itself might fade over time?
Echo, you've seen the power you're up against. You can't defeat them.
Yeah, but we're rescuing a lot of clones.
When will it be enough?
All I could find on it was the chief scientist in charge.
This
Dr. Royce
weirdo.
Hemlock, an officer expelled from the Republic Science Corps due to his unauthorized and unorthodox experiments.
Because he's a creeper and he'll do creeper things.
Previous transfer records recovered from the ship's logs list other clone prisoners detained by the Advanced Science Division, and Crosshair is one of them.
Crosshair turned on the Empire?
Yeah, boy.
How sure are you about this?
Plan 88, the Seeker.
Come get me,
being
boys. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. Go get your boy. Poor guy.
Perhaps now you'd like to reconsider my offer.
You're like the doctor in the Halo show, where it wouldn't surprise me if you probably touched these people
All I
in their free
need is
time.
the young clone. She means nothing to you.
Did that lady scientist give a look when he said the young clone? giving looks. Don't end there. Come on, David. Okay. Good to see Crosshair back, even though he's being tortured. Crosshair has always been the coolest of the Bad Batch. And when he was a bad guy last season, it was very frustrating because I wanted him to be a cool dude because he's cool. But now that he is against the Empire, we are fully back on his side, and it's like, bro, we gotta get the heck out of Dodge. The start of this episode with Echo freeing clones from the prison transport. Love to see it. Does raise a little bit of questions, though, because if I remember from Rebels, like by the time we get to Rebels, there's only 3 clones left. There's Rex and Wolf and Gregor, and those are the only clones we know about, really, that are like walking around free as a bird, right? So if they're rescuing all these clones and kind of stashing them on Coruscant for the time being, are we just supposed to assume that, hey, like those clones, they just like seeded them throughout the galaxy to just live regular lives? Or did something happen to them? Like, are they gonna all join one last offensive against the Empire? I'm very curious, because yeah, by the time Rebels comes around, which is what, 5 years before A New Hope, so probably 14 years from this point in the story, they're all gone essentially. But super dope to see them kind of like do this prison break type thing, and then they get the info, and you realize that those clones were going to the same spot that Crosshair is in. I'm very curious, like what does the Doctor want with all these clones? Like, what is his goal here? Like, is he just getting in all their heads to like figure out their thought process and how they work, or is he, I mean, they're all clones. Like, is it for the purpose of like advancing the Empire's cloning capabilities? Like, if you examine their, stuff, I don't know. Very curious. But all these clones are like in this prison for questioning their orders, like dissidents essentially. And my thought process is, I wonder if that'll naturally happen more and more over time. Because as far as I'm aware, isn't the chip in their brain, like, it's not like a physical, like a plastic chip. It's a organic chip. And so just the way that like normal cells in a body fail over time, like a normal person in today's world, if they live long enough, eventually they will get cancer. Like, it's a fact. Because eventually the cloning process, the process of cells duplicating themselves, eventually goes wrong in some respect, and that's what leads to cancer, and that's what leads to, or the degradation of alleles and all these things is what leads to aging and all this random other stuff. So I'm curious of like, maybe this organic chip fails over time, as it continues to operate within the body. Maybe just like a natural body, it becomes less effective as time goes on. And so maybe these clones going against Order 66, maybe that's a natural process that the Empire knew was going to happen. That could maybe explain why the Emperor was like so gung-ho to just move away from clones. Although theoretically you could just start reproducing clones with a new chip inside them, like altered brain chemistry to make them loyal to the Empire. But maybe they don't quite have the capabilities, because the Kaminoans have been talking a little bit trash, where they're like, must be frustrating to have all the resources but not the actual capability. And so maybe that could explain it, why they're so gung-ho on stormtroopers, is because they need this like galactic wide policing force, but they don't have the technical skill to keep making, you know, useful clones. Probably shouldn't have destroyed their home planet, right? I get that they were expensive, but come on, man. You needed to divert all those funds to the Death Star, I guess. But yeah, so it could just be a natural thing, and that's why they're having to move towards stormtroopers and all that jazz. But Crosshair is here, and he realizes that they want Echo, and he stages a almost mini breakout. He you know, shoots his way out, and he's very woozy. He's missing his first shot every time. You know, it takes him a little bit of calibrating time to get out. I was suspicious that whole time. I definitely thought they were gonna let him escape because you know, they're doing the torture thing, and the guards are like, oh, our orders were to keep going until he talks. And the lady scientist, I forgot her name. I don't even know if they told us her name. She's got the same accent as Omega. I wonder, ooh, that would be a very interesting twist. What if she and Omega are like the same? Like they're both a clone, but she is one of the clones of like Omega clones that has grown up. That would be a very interesting twist. But she shot something into his wrist. I don't know what that was. If that was like a, hey, like, I'm gonna make sure he doesn't die from this torture here so we can keep torturing him later. Or my initial thought was like, that's a tracker, because then they're gonna let him escape, and then he would find the Bad Batch and all that, and they would just, you know, he would find them for them without realizing. But nothing came of that. So he gets his message out and is like, hey, go into hiding, like they're trying to find you specifically. And then he gets gassed and sent back to the bed, and the doctor is like, you know, all I need is the girl. And then it cut to the doctor, female doctor behind him, and I couldn't tell if she like gave a little like her facial expression subtly shifted, and then he's being tortured more, and then it focused on her again. And it's like, I can't tell if like her facial expression, are we meant to read into that as like she's doubting and she's maybe gonna help him at some point, or are we supposed to read into that she's like enjoying it? I don't know. Sometimes it's tough to tell the facial expressions on these animated shows, but it's very curious. That would be a very interesting twist, though, if that doctor was another Omega, essentially, but like a grown-up version that had been given to the Empire like early on. You know, she probably has it. Maybe she's an Omega that had the advanced aging, right? You know, all these clones grew up pretty quickly. Maybe Omega doesn't have that advanced aging thing, but this girl did. And Omega just didn't know about her. I don't know, because they have the same accent. That could be because of various reasons, but that would be, yeah, I'm keeping my eye on that one just in case. You know, you never know. That's a tinfoil hat deep pocket theory, is that scientist is another clone like Omega, but slightly altered or more akin to a regular clone, but with the Omega strand, if that makes sense. Because yeah, that would be a very twisty twist. that would be wild. But yeah, the main doctor, he's just a creeper. He was kicked out of the Republic for being like a radical like experiment on people type thing. Like he was deemed not cool by the Republic. And of course the Empire scooped him up because of course that's what they do. But yeah, now the Bad Batch knows. They know that Crosshair turned against the Empire and that he is in prison, and that he tried to warn them that they're being hunted down. Now they have to decide, is this a trap, or is he actually trying to help us? And I think they're going to come to the conclusion that they got to rescue their brother, right? He is in trouble, and he needs our help. And Omega is gonna be like, we have to go help him. He's our brother. You wouldn't leave me behind, would you? And Hunter's gonna be like, yeah, we gotta go get him. Maybe Echo will be like, you know what, I'm doing it. F you guys, I'm rescuing him. This is what I do. I'm very curious. I wonder what Rex is up to. I mean, probably doing his normal thing, right? But he wasn't in this episode. We just saw Echo. Even though Rex is like the main dude that's running this shiz. So I'm curious to see what he's up to at this current point in time. Is he kicking it with Ahsoka? You know, what's going on? Either way, this episode was dope. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the episode down in the comments below. I think next week is next week 2 episodes? Right? Because is it not? I don't know. I think next week might be the final 2 episodes of the season, because they did it where the first 2 episodes dropped at once, and then the middle of the season 2 episodes dropped at once, and I think the end of the season 2 episodes drop at once. But I'm not 100% sure. I could definitely be wrong, but we have 2 episodes left of the season. So definitely let me know what you guys think is going to happen. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. Helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. It means the world to me. Sometimes I post these reactions a little bit early on Patreon as well, so if you're interested in that, consider checking it out. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.